haven't had a push yet. Now, 1 hour candle hasn't closed back bullish, but we're definitely more bullish than we have been. 15 minutes still remained in the range. 5 minutes about to now flip, so let's see how that goes. See if it can come flip, break its own high. Yeah, just a waiting game. If this does close bearish, though, depends on how it closes bearish. SL, I'll be putting below the 5 minute, which is also the support there. Kind of want it to flip now, so we have some time before the next 5 minute open. Spread triggered me. Shit, I counted, but it jumped. Then you can immediately close. That's also an option. Or try market. If you have high spread, guys, you have to manage it like this. You can't. The main thing is it's better to be triggered in late than it is to be in early. Right? Always remember that, guys. Always remember. 1 minute for the 5 minute close here. 30 seconds. I'm going to wait for this next 5 minute, guys. I'm going to wait for this next 5 minute because only 30 seconds. I want another bottom wick on the next 5. Hopefully this can actually close thunderstorm, then I can take it break of high. With only 10 seconds left, we're going to see. Okay, that's a gap up on my broker. Yeah, that gapped up on my broker, so nothing really I can do with that right now. Yeah, I can't really do anything with it right now. I mean, if you got in the position before, you can just manage at break even, but nothing I can really do right now. Because it's just a gap up. It's just a gap up. But if you guys are in, you should be in profit, so you can manage break even, manage off 1 minute. No bottom wick as well. Big gap for me. It looks pretty weird on my broker. Now it's flipping. I mean, look at this gap on my broker. It's pretty massive. There's a pretty massive gap. That was like at least, let's see in points. That was like 3, 4, 4 point gap. So I'm just waiting for now. Waiting for now. If you got in before, luckily you could get out in profit even. Or if you have a different plan to manage, you can follow your management plan. But I am not in on this yet. I'm waiting for something. You don't consider changing broker? No, it's very good broker. Very, very good. It's just everyone has a gap. It's not only me. I'm sure even other things would have gap here. Yeah, it looks like it's nice though, but I don't know how to deal with that gap. It looks like it's nice. This wasn't the 15 close though. So I don't also know how to deal with these 5-minute closes. These are weird. So overall, it's just a little bit of a weird trade. But the overall idea made sense, huh? I just really wish I really wish it flipped before we got in. Just curious, what have you thought about the live stream? How long are you going to continue to do them? I would love the live stream to continue to grow. If the live streams don't grow and I just don't see it, there's no point. There's no point of me live streaming if it doesn't grow because I'm not able to deliver my message to multiple people. So at that point, then no point for me to come on to YouTube for that reason. I think I've already proven enough. So if there's no support and chat comes a bit dry, then yeah, there's no point of me coming live anymore. So then I'll just stop. But if we can grow, get the views back up, community support, chat is rolling, you guys share the stream, it makes sense because it's nicer. Anyways, I think I would have been out break even in this position if it acted like this anyways. About 18 points, broke the high, I would have moved to break even. 1 minute closed above, so doesn't matter. But you'll come live on exclusive? Yeah, then I would just stick to exclusive only. I like to trade with people. Like, I would still always trade with people because I like having people around me while I trade. DAX still trading to have 15, 20 ticks before retracing. Yeah, sometimes. But I mean, look at yesterday. Yesterday was weird, but it didn't even go up. But when it went, it was absolutely rocket. This might actually trigger the sells as well here, huh? Especially if we can start to close below 15 and left rejection wick now. We're rejecting nothing though. Have to make a YouTube short of yesterday's trade. Yeah, I want to think how I make that short. What should be the title of the short? I have that AI voice. What should I AI voice it? Harry, I'll finally open a $500 account after a long time. Any advice? Are you consistent? Do you have the right framework, strategy, structure? Right? You need to have everything set up. If you don't have everything set up, no point. Might as well invest 50 USD out of that and put it in there.
Belagak pandai, sengih-sengih macam sang kedai. Mulut mungil rupanya murai, sibuk nak ikut perangai say. Biar berlubang terlebih subang, biar sumbing jangan kau sumbang. Jangan bergebang gadabong nanti terjatuh ke dalam longkang. Dah pengantuk baru mengadang, cubalah beriman. Sekarang nasi dah jadi bubur.
Trader pulls out the gay card.
Kau telefon aku tak angkat. Ingat dan ingat 10 kali bila mengukur sekali saja dikerak. Aku sudah tidak percaya padamu.
Please don't stop streaming. I won't stop, but if you guys support the stream and all of this stuff, then it won't. It makes sense for me to continue streaming, but we need to continue it. Like right now, 25 likes, you know, like per stream. This is like the growth of the stream is not big. You know what? We want to continue it to grow. Not to crazy standards, but new faces are nice, you know. Get new people in. You know, instead of streaming to like let's see yesterday's stream. Not yesterday, day before. Analytics won't be out. Like I gained only like 2 subscribers a stream. $4 I made. Damn, it's a lot of money back, man. $4. You know, get some new questions because I like new questions. You know, it keeps things interesting. I think Harry's doing it for the YouTube money only. Bro, don't release my secret, bro. Can't $4 expose, bro. $4 for 2 hours of content. When will Harry get married? New question. Don't spend all those $4 in one place. Yeah, have to be careful, you know, manage it, money. Manage it. Do you still plan to stream on exclusive even if you quit streaming on YouTube? Yes. You can buy 2 cases for $4. You could buy a house in Mongolia for that? Wow. Is that true? Actually, if I were to withdraw that $4, I'll get maybe like 2.7, $2.6. Tax? No, it's YouTube. YouTube just cut that much. It's crazy. Did you take trades in yesterday NY session? I personally didn't. I was a one trade guy yesterday. Did you buy? No, I didn't. I was very busy. I left the desk immediately when we closed stream. Are you better than LeBron James? No, definitely not. You can go to a restaurant and buy a side of ketchup. You could buy a meal here for $2.8. Always excuses. I was actually busy. I will though, I will. Do you like trading gold these days? I do. It's just pushing amazing in Asian. In Asian, it's pushing a lot. You know, in London, we're just getting stuck in a bit of range. So it's pretty hard. I could survive for 5 days on $4 when I was in college. I'm in Asia. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Yeah, and like cheaper parts in Dubai, I could probably survive on $4 a day on for food and stuff. It's pretty easy for me. You can get 3 meals for $4 a day in Dubai. First meal you can get 1 tea, which will cost about like 0.25 cents, and you can get a sandwich for like 2 dirhams, which is like less than $1. 500 cals. No, your macros on that would be at least for the whole day, probably like 1,200, 1,300. So you can buy like a cheap biryani, right? Rice and a bit of meat. It's a cheap one. It's not going to be good, but you know. Would you just divide a bowl of chicken and rice into 5? Yeah, I would. But the problem is actually eating chicken and rice is not cheap. It's the amounts. Can barely afford a coffee for $4 in Australia. Yeah, a coffee here costs around $8. Starbucks coffee costs around $7. Fancy coffee $8. Actually, a little bit more. First meal air, second meal air, third meal water bottle. There you go. That's the way, man. Why did gold go up? Because of tariffs and mostly because of Nvidia. Go back to DAX. What time is the open in? 10 minutes. We could get open cells. Let's have a look. Do you know any girl in Dubai that trades? Oh, I do. I do. She goes to my gym. She goes to my gym. She's pretty popular, actually. I think she's one of these like influencers. I see her car parked in my gym. She has a G class with her Instagram on the back. Massive pink G class. But do I personally know? No, I don't personally know. Send the ad? No, she's not. She's not what you think she is. Then you're getting happy.
Yo, Harry.
That's it? You're just gonna say yo and switch off?
Hey. Wait, can you hear me?
Sometimes. I can hear you.
Sometimes. Oh, yeah.
Now it's
Harry, you reckon I give you guys a nice POV drive terrorizing my neighborhood?
No, drive safe.
No, but going the speed limit. Of course.
No. Don't want to be responsible for anything. Man's gonna be ripping the car max speed. Now you disconnected again. Hi, what happened to Nvidia? They found $5.5 billion of revenue basically lost. Not lost, but because of chips and China. Harry, it's hard to manage a $100 account for 1 to 2%. What is your advice? Yeah, obviously $100 not going to be risking 1 to 2%, but keep the risk the same. Even if you risk like $5 a trade, $3 per trade. In that case, if you're just $100 account to use for practice, and the best thing I would recommend you do is you actually open a cent account. They have to pay 5.5 billion in tariffs each quarter. Thank you. Yes, that is the revenue loss they will lose because of paying 5.5 billion. Jesus, it's a lot of money. At what time in your trading journey did you register a company for tax purposes? You don't need to with personally trading in Dubai. You just bring it as income. They do ask questions, but you just provide broker statement, or you actually once you just tell them it's from a broker, they stop asking questions. Harry, is there any coupon code for Pip Labs? Yes, there is. You can use this. It's only 10%, but our product is so cheap anyways. Use this. Only for you guys on this. DAX going up. We'll see what happens. Open for gold looking a bit strange. I mean, I wonder if it can wick fill on the open. Let's see how GJ is doing. GJ, piece of crap. DAX is looking interesting. I wonder if the open can start to move down or we're going to move up. We'll see in 2 minutes. Alright, who's going to win the UEFA Champions League? I don't know. Don't really watch football too much. Bayern? Man, look at this German guy. Have you tried using footprint charts? Yeah, I've seen someone in chat ask me about the footprint chart as well. Forgot to answer that, my bad. Look, they can just be an addition, okay? They're an addition, but they're not going to be the end-all be-all. Hopefully anyone but Madrid. Literally one guy in chat said Madrid, obviously. Harry, do you think the only way to be profitable is price action? No. But every strategy includes price action. So the only way to be profitable is to trade something that has been proven, right? Like if take something like supply and demand. Supply and demand is price action. It's just a different form of entry rules, right? The only thing that I don't really see working is where you have to tell a story to enter a trade. Oh, but this took buy-side liquidity and sell-side liquidity of the order block. We mitigated the fair value gap of the turtle soup and chicken mustache. After the chicken mustache, we saw an inverted cow gay mother. I mean, I don't know what's this, you know? I don't know. Like, what story, man? Just tell me, you know? I don't know. It's too much, you know? Chicken mustache. You lost 10 testosterone just by saying that? I agree, man. I agree. Here's the open. So we're popping up for the open. That's a shame it didn't give us like yesterday bottom wick. I was actually about to do that. That's a shame. Yesterday, you know how we got the bottom wick at open? That would have been nice. What a gap. It got gapped. Let's see. Damn. Yeah, that's a pretty decent gap, actually. Yeah, no way to enter that, guys. No way to enter that. I think I'm getting a sore throat. We have a sandstorm here today, actually, guys. We have a full sandstorm. Full. You guys want to see the sandstorm today? Let's see if we can find images. We had it so bad yesterday. Yeah, it's pretty bad. This is today. See, like sand on the roads and everything. Oh yeah, we can see from this post. What a stupid post, man. This Instagram profile normally puts it. Not Stromae, man. He's gonna be on his story though. Live cam? What's this, man? Damn, I didn't know there was a live cam. Who's zooming the live cam? What? There's someone operating it? It's a little better now, but this morning it was bad. How to deal with it? It just makes you sick if you go out. You just deal with it, man. You just breathe sand. It's just not good for you, but fuck it, you know? Yeah, gold even hard, man. No bottom wick here on gold on the open. It looked okay for wick fill. My plan was actually above 95 here. That was my plan today, above 95. But with no bottom wick here, there's no way I could enter. Can you explain why you decided to be at the wick fill instead of tapping a zone in DAX? More of an aggressive trade, so a wick is a form of a rejection, right? So you can think of it as a very weak resistance because it's a form of a rejection. I took this trade on previous gold candle. It is valid, but we need bottom wick. Also, it tapped the target, which is 95. So you can look for the wick fill. It's not crazy, but we need a bottom wick 100%. That was mandatory for me here. I mean, that's just general rules. No matter what, I always take it based on that. I was watching it on my second monitor. That's why I didn't say anything. I forgot to tell you guys, but I was watching it on my second monitor. I have it open. Bro, what is A book and B book? In A book, our order flow reaches real market. B book, it's directed to liquidity providers and brokers take commission. Brokers will take commission even on A book, but B book basically means that your liquidity is internalized, so it never reaches live market. It reaches, yes, through if a broker is working with a liquidity provider, they will be able to provide that liquidity. Now, B-book is not always a bad thing. With big brokers, B-book is actually better because they have more control over your orders and can actually give you better execution. Whereas sometimes in A-book, it's if the broker doesn't have a good API connection, sucks. Do you have slots for the exclusive? I do. Still have one more, and then I'm gonna close it up. We'll see who joins. We'll see who joins. You guys always ask, do you have spots, but then you guys don't join. So if you end up joining, then that's it. It's gonna be closed. Closed until next month. Well, not next month, end of month, when I normally open it. I should see this month. Yeah, probably like how to join. I put the link in the chat. How many members are there in the exclusive? Right now we have 77 in Zoom. Man, how I need to find a way into gold would be nice if this volume is gonna continue. Guys, you want to know something private and really cool? Well, if it's private, then probably we shouldn't speak about it on YouTube. End the stream, please. Soon. Steven, bro. You're lost. ICT folks. Look at all the ICT traders coming. Look. Sankit confirmed ICT now, look. I sold at 3,300 to make a bottom wick. And 3,300 is a while away, bro. Soul's time to shine. Man, I wish there's a way into gold here. Lower time frame, possibly, yes. But I'm not interested in that myself yet. Because stop loss placement. I mean, if I really trust it, if this was New York, I would take this 1 minute candle here. If this was New York, I would take this 1 minute candle. What's the biggest achievement you can remember of someone in the exclusive, like getting a huge payout, getting funded very big amount of capital? Biggest achievement is someone buying a Tesla with money they got from a payout. That's the biggest achievement. 6-figure payout was the biggest achievement. But this guy had money though. He had money. He put a lot of money into it. And then all the other achievements I think are on par because they're just as big, you know. But in terms of like a flex, I think it's probably that. Oiljit? No. Yeah, Oiljit was a big achievement as well. This was not. This was the Australian guy. You remember him? He's retired. And he was trading and he opened like 4 funded accounts. 4 or 5 funded accounts. He left? Yeah. No. He used to be a consultant for big businesses. But so what happened was, it's an interesting story. It's an interesting story. He made this great achievement and then he decided to leave. And after leaving, I get a message from him saying that he unfortunately lost all of his accounts. Happens, man, you know. So it's a big achievement. Yeah. But you need consistency over time. So he lost all his accounts. Yeah, blew some money as well, trying to get them back. So preservation is just big as a part of it. I don't want to get into details though, because I don't want to talk about others, but he definitely did very well. But preservation is key. Preservation is key. Looks like the bottom wick is coming. Yep, that's why those bottom wicks are very important. Do you help or guide premium members in passing prop firm challenges? Yes. Indirectly. Not directly, I tell you, but you will be able to pass from following the rules. Need to cut my session short today. See you in NY. Alright, Alexi, brother. Take care. Not how much money you can make, it's how much money you can keep. Yes. Indeed. So here's that bottom wick. This is why bottom wicks are important. Was a great push though. Wow, look at the reaction after we make the bottom wick, guys. Isn't that mad? Literally, just taps makes the bottom wick back to where we were. See what DAX is doing. So DAX is coming into a choppy zone now, which makes it tough to buy. Like you make 4K from the exclusive group. Yeah, in a month it's not like if you calculate it like that, sure. It's an income, but for the amount of time I put in, pretty much underpaid, man. I risk if I lose 4 trades, I lose that all. You know, so in relative to my overall risk parameters and my overall businesses, it's not. But it is an income. I'm not going to deny about that, but I put in the work for it. So to be honest, I should push more for higher amounts, you know? Like, even though it might seem like it's a decent sum of money, for the labor and the time it takes, you need to be putting in it should be worth more. But that can grow with time. It's just another business. And I'm not going to be rude and say that I'm not grateful for it. What about this 5-minute setup? Let's see how it closes. It is more of a riskier setup, but it is valid now that we have a bottom wick. But we need the close. We need the close. 50 pips is a bit rough, if you ask me. I'd love to see 1-minute candle close bearish, next one close bullish. But you know, at all-time high, we could have volume. But the more this pushes, this last 2 minutes starts pushing, it's going to be a bit rough. Because remember, our target is going to be 3,000 here. And 3,000 is only 20 pips from the high. So the more I look at this, the more I don't like it. Unfortunately. I mean, even entering on 1 minute right now, look, if you entered that last 1 minute, which is why I don't like to do it, you would have lost. Now, if you enter on 1 minute again, I mean, you could put the most riskiest stops just below the 1 minute candle. And even that is not a 1-to-1. That's crazy. So you really needed to push past 3-3. I mean, if there was a way to buy down here, it would be good, but it immediately reacted. Let's see what DAX is doing. Rejected our 1-hour support now. $600 views. Yeah, giveaway at 600 views. We didn't reach. This is 500. Would you ever trade silver? It's been going pretty strong. No, I think I'm happy with my pairs, if I'm being honest. But you can if you want to. It's not a bad thing. $600 views. Yeah, we need 100 more people to get that giveaway. Indices spelled that way? No. Like this. Even I... Shit, now you even made me going wrong, man. Shit, man. Now even I can't spell it. I think that's how it's spelled. If today we lose deal, maybe some will join. Oh yeah, if we're in drawdown. Yesterday we were in drawdown and we didn't peak. We were in drawdown. We were in drawdown for a while. Google says indices. Yeah, because indices is a group of things. I trade indices. I trade an indice. What indice? No, I trade an index. Right? I trade an index. I trade indices. Yeah, that's proper way. Index is one. Indices is more than one. G's? Bro, you can't be saying G's. You speak German, bro. You speak German. And you're saying G's about this? Das Problem nicht. No, it is a problem. Not a problem. Oh, wow. Look at this. 2-minute 59 for this close. Very interesting close. 50-minute closing bearish. No, Dax. Come on, man. Just as I'm speaking about it, man. It's pushing. Let me speak about it at least, Dax. 33 is good. Remember, this previous 15 here is a previous 15. SL is 33 pips, man. Hopefully this 1 minute can create structure. Would be nice. Harry, how come indices are still running even stock market? Because their CFDs, like ETFs and stuff, will be closed. And if you look at this ETF here, it will be closed, not moving. And then when it opens up, it will be opened on a gap. You see? I prefer 30-minute setup to on DAX. Yeah, you have to wait 10 minutes, so it could go in 10 minutes. Let's see. This is always funny. Let's see. IQ air. Let's see the air quality today in Dubai. Very unhealthy. 249. I don't know what that means, but anyways. So much green there. I'm here in Canada, it's 3 AQI. Damn. What was mine? 200? Shit. That's not good. All right, we need to see a top wick here. Top wick. Top wick and then break of low, looking like a 30 point stop. This morning it was 600. It was 600 this morning. I know there's an alert that was sent. Let's see if we can get a top wick. All right, so I'm gonna enter here, break of the lows. Give it a shot towards the downside. Stop loss above the highs. All right. Got triggered there, of course. Stop loss above the highs. Let's see how it goes. What a rejection that was fast, man. Hopefully this is like more liquidity to continue down, but that's a quick rejection. You'll get a bit of FU candles here. Not sure if something just been said or what's going on with that, but wow, that is giving me absolutely no chance to manage on that type of rejection. I did not expect that type of rejection that fast. So hopefully this can reflip, and this was just a liquidity grab, but this is a lot of heavy bullish pressure I'm seeing right now. So we kind of need to see it flip. 5-minute closes in 2 minutes. I want to survive before the 5-minute close so I can manage. But that's very heavy bullish pressure we saw from really random place here. 21,033. 21,033. What is that? Not sure what it rejected off. Again, hopefully it's just liquidity. And we can continue down. We need to re-break its own low. Five-minute candle closes in 20 seconds. I would like to see it close stronger, bearish than this. Right, new 5-minute open. Ooh, no top wick on this 5. You know what, guys? This comes back to entry. I'm going to close out on this. I closed my trade at entry there. No top wick. Too risky for me, guys. Too risky for me. So I closed that entry there. Maybe wrong decision, but it's too risky for me. I'm going to find a different entry. Maybe once it flips back bullish, I'll find something else. If you didn't get the chance, you're getting a few chances now to get out. You know? Maybe a 1-minute close below this low, I'll re-enter. But yeah, I got out there. I mean, if you didn't get out already, you can, get out at break even or something, whatever. But for me, it's just, I don't know, a little bit risky for me. I just don't like the way that it was forming, So that's why I made that decision. That's it. So up to you if you want to just hold break even. But that's it for me. I just don't know. It's just not feeling right the way. I should have expected a nice dump here before any type of retracement or I don't know what. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. If this dumps, it dumps. I guess maybe I'm wrong. Could you explain why you got out? No top wick, man. I was scared that it flips and flies. So that's how it is. That's how it is. I was scared it's just literally slit. Ends up coming, flying towards the upside. Your stop loss is hit straight. So I managed break even. You had top wick on broker though. I mean, if you have top wick on broker, then good. Mine opened stranged. gap down I had and stuff like that. So with the gap down, I don't trust it. But again, you don't have to follow me. I don't give a. It's not up to. I'm not here for that. If you're looking for that, then I just chose to close that entry. And that's it. Lost like $10, 15. It's all good for me. I made $20. Oh, lucky guy. $20 you made, huh? I mean, even now, when it rebroke low, even if I was in, when it rebroke low, I would have gone break even again. So both ways in this position, I know for a fact I would be out because there's no point. I don't really want to hold a massive pullback here if it was to happen, you know? So both ways, I think I'm getting out break even unless I just hold the original stop, and trust it. But I decided to move break even and that's it. I made a decision and that's it. My broker had a clean top wick, mine had a gap. If your broker had top wick, then hold, man. I'm not stopping you guys. I don't understand why it's all my fault all of a sudden. You guys cannot trade like that. This is my plan I followed. I'm very happy. This was a very good trade in my opinion. Very well thought of. I took it well. Good plan, good execution. Sat through the drawdown, stayed calm in the drawdown. Pullbacks happened. I said hopefully this is the liquidity. It ended up being the liquidity. We dumped down into profit just to pull back again. We created resistances. 5-minute open dumped. I hope that wasn't going to be the move that continued up. Remember, today we're mixed bias. We could see that. All morning we've seen upside. Although now it looks extremely good, but that's too late now. That's too late now. I'm too late to change my position there. It ended up hitting TP, but I'm too late to change that. So once you make a decision, you have to be happy with the decision. I was still in move B. Soonest broke the candle, went up, slipped up on my B. Good. Well done. So it was a good trade in my opinion. I'm happy with it. Would take it every single time. It was moving in a way I didn't like it. I'm gonna play the safe route. That's it. That's just the way I trade. So I'm happy with that. I mean, okay, you tell me now you wouldn't be out break even in this position? Like you 100% out B no matter what in this position, It was just a matter of time. Setup 5. It's setup 5, but setup 5 isn't extended. Like no matter what, like I don't see a world where when it reaches here, I'm not moving break even. Like I just don't see me not doing that, especially selling after 1, 2, 3 big 5-minute candles. Like always in this trade, I would have been break even unless I just hold if I don't have a break even plan. But for me, I trade with a break even plan. So this rejection could have happened earlier though. This could have happened earlier, and if it happened here at our entry, let's just measure how big this rejection was. 33. Hey, guess what? Where's our stop loss? 33. You fucked. Same size rejection at our entry. That's it. Game over. Trade is game over. So please realize that. I think it was a great shot in my opinion. I'm happy with it. Don't know why everyone is all a bit weird. It was a very good trade. Take it 9 times out of 10. Would have been out break even no matter what in this position. Even if I mentaled here and then as it rejected, I would go break even and then it would have come back. There's literally no way. Unless today I said that I'm not moving break even. That's the only way I'm still in this trade. But now I'm in drawdown if that was the case. And I would be like, I'm not too comfortable in this drawdown if I'm being honest. If that's what I had to held. So what time did we get triggered on this? The first trigger was where? This one here. 11:20. Yep. Wow, last minute it actually flipped here. But I don't see myself getting out of this. Would have been break even. So that's the analysis of the trade here. Let's see if it does end up hitting TP. I'd be surprised if it didn't with this liquidity grab now. Like, if this is not enough liquidity to push price down, I don't know what is. Because from me, this was very clear. Very smooth today, bro. I'm not sure what's rough about anything today. Very smooth day. Difficult markets to analyze. Just waited patiently. Setups came pretty nice. Right? Just was a matter of time. We waited patiently for the position here. It was very smooth. If you got triggered early, then it actually gave you a chance to get out. Then we waited for this setup. 5 plans we set up here. Came in perfectly, triggered us nicely, held some drawdown, went in profit, closed break even. Pretty smooth day. That's a very smooth day. Those are the best days. You know, you protected yourself. You now have something to analyze. I mean, today was cool because in every scenario, I would have been out break even. Even the setup didn't play smooth. Price goes up and down. I mean, come on, man. It's not always going to play. If you trade this emotional, man, you'll never be able to trade, man. It's too much. I'm always seeing you swearing, complaining. You need to really change your mindset at the charts. If you can't approach the charts positively, you're never going to make it because you're just coming here always with a bad mindset, always putting yourself and that's going to slip. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to trigger bad actions on the chart. Like, imagine you're at the point now where you're complaining about price not moving smooth. It never came close to our stop loss. It just rejected fast. It's not nice, but it still followed the plan. It also rejected fast back towards the downside. Like, drawdown is normal. You know, it happens. I mean, look at yesterday. Yesterday would be considered a cool day because we won, but we sat in drawdown for almost an hour. So you never always get conditions where you just enter and it goes straight to TP. The fact is that some of my trades do that because of how accurate I've become over time. That I can catch trades these days that I literally take and they go straight to TP. Which is very cool when it happens, but when it doesn't, I'm not complaining. Because it hasn't broke my plan. I'm not complaining. I said it will not be as always. What do you mean? So this is big change in your trading you can do is to change your mindset. Just your approach to the chart can drastically change your outcome of your day. Because if you come to the chart with a positive mindset, you're going to view things positively, not FOMO into trades. Because even if the chart is hard to trade today and you're coming to the chart positively, you're going to be like, today's hard. I'm not going to touch it. But if you come negative, fuck, need to make back my loss, need to take a trade, I need to do this, I need to do that, you're just going to probably end up trading in those bad conditions. Fuck this shit, I'm slipped. It's like, imagine. you know. But price did hit a 1-to-1 after its multiple liquidity grabs. So both ways in this trade, as we discussed, but just to reiterate, there would be no way that I get out of this without being break even for me, man. You know, it just would have been my plan, the way I managed this. But you're protecting these last 3 days of profit, right? Three wins in a row, protecting it, never gonna be a bad idea. Never gonna be a bad idea. So yeah, perfect. That was my shot for the day. I'm gonna head off stream now, guys. I'm very happy with it. Gold is ending up ranging here, not getting towards that 3,000. Wouldn't change anything. And yeah, GJ ranging as well. I think DAX was the most exciting today. We can see some volume here. Look at the rejection that's coming through now. Like any one of these rejections could have happened to your stop loss. And that's what I think people, yes, although today it hit 1-to-1 before that, but the way I managed could have happened before. Very important lesson, huh? Don't let the charts fool you like that. They will fool you into